Rise of Margari.
Kalaye sundarakaram Sadaika priyadarshanam Ajnananashakam devam Sadgurum Muralidharam Sadgurum Muralidharam Murali Mandita Karakamalam Munijana Mohanam Vyatyasta Padam Vanamala Dharinam Prema Bhakta Mandala Nitya Kirtitam Shri Premika Varadam Ashrayeham
Margari so beautifully binds religion and culture. This season doesn't host any weddings, but the temples and concert halls are so colorful with Kanjivarams around. Nevertheless, Kanjivaram is the queen of weaves. In this segment, we will be discussing very interesting facts about Kanjivaram saris and its weaving process. Well, there is a surprise at the end of this segment. So stay tuned and continue watching. Namaskaram. The Margari month celebrates the poetry of Andal in dual emotion of Sringara Bhakti. Sringara, the spiritual love that blossoms, and Bhakti, devotion that lends a spiritual connect to this month. Andal's life epitomizes the idea of devotion, feminism and empowerment way back in the century. This month of Margari is time for prayer, contemplation and celebration. It is also time of the year where the Sabhas in Chennai are hustling with their annual classical dance and music festival, surcharging the atmosphere with divinity. Besides Kalyani, Kamboji, Kannada and the canteen Sapadu, the Kanjivaram Pattu Pudavai is the hallmark for this Margari season. From the musicians themselves to the Rasikas, everyone indulges in dressing up in traditional outfits to look the season's best. Welcome to Spirit of Margari Utsav. In today's Parampariya Pokishan segment, let us talk and discuss about the prestigious Kanjivaram silk sari and its process of weaving. Kanjivaram sari is certainly a jewel among the South Indian weaves. I really can never forget my first Kanjivaram Pattu Pudavai, which is a part of my wedding trousseau, a beautiful Arakku color Purvai Kanjivaram. Kanchipuram is known as the city of 1,000 temples. There are temples everywhere and of course it's known for its legendary silk saris. Religion and weaving are often melded together. The weavers of Kanchipuram consider themselves the descendants of sage Markandeya, who is known as the weaver of the gods. He is supposed to have woven the first fabric from the lotus fiber, which is known to have come from the navel of Lord Vishnu. Weaving in Kanchipuram started during the Pallava period. The Pallavas actually came from Andhra and made their mark in Kanchipuram, and weaving flourished during their reign. In fact, the different dynasties that ruled Tamil Nadu, whether it is the Pallavas who ruled Kanchipuram, the Cholas who ruled the Tanjore area, or the Pandyas who ruled Madurai, they were all great patronages of the art of weaving. In fact, history says that Rajaraja Cholan first invited a large number of weavers from Saurashtra in Gujarat to settle in these areas, and he established looms for weaving in the 11th century CE. The next wave of migrant weavers came into Kanchipuram during the Vijayanagaram Empire, 16th century. When Aurangzeb attacked Benares, a lot of silk weavers migrated into Kanchipuram, and that's why even today we can see a lot of Benares tradition influenced into Kanchi tradition. Therefore, today in Kanchipuram we see the silk saris, which are a product of many threads of influence. Kanchipuram sari weaving is a household preoccupation. It typically involves the whole family, and the loom takes the center stage. Our weaver says that there are roughly about 170 people involved in the process of weaving one Kanchipuram Pattu sari. From the person who cultivates the silkworms, to extracting the silk threads, to spinning the yarn, to dyeing, and to weaving, it's an entire ecosystem in itself. In fact, even today, when you visit the interiors of Kanchipuram, you can see the war threads stretched everywhere along the streets. Typically, there will be two wooden structures where the yarn is stretched and dried before it is set up in the loom. The designs in the Kanchipuram saris have a deep connect to its temple architecture. Most of the designs that we see in the Kanchipuram saris have been inspired and are typically found, the motifs are found in the pillars of these ancient temples, such as Kili, Rudraksham, Annam, Hamsam, Yanai, and also there are many different patterns like Kodi Visiri, Muttukattam, Vairahusi, Veldari, etc. Now, what I am holding here is a Kanchipuram sari, which has this beautiful Kudirai, horse, and lion, Simham motif to it. This is a beautiful Kanagambara color, short color Kanchipuram sari, and also has these small motifs, Tuttiripu, and all these stripes and everything. And here, again, this is a Rudraksham and a Annapakshi motif. These are all inspired from the temple architecture of Kanchipuram. India is a country of colors. From the vibrant hues of our marketplace and the diverse palette of our natural landscape to our colorful festivals and the vivid shades of clothes we wear. It is fascinating how in the Kanchipuram saris, myriads of shades can be derived with just one base color. For example, let's look at the color green. It's a very traditional color. In fact, this color represents fertility and new life, evoking the presence of joy and positivity. In fact, there is no other color which is more versatile or closer to nature than the color of green. From its brilliant jewel tones to the soft pastel hues, it is absolutely fascinating to hear how some of these shades of green in Kanjivaram saris draws its name from the daily food, life and culture. So let's see some of these different shades of green colors. To start with, here is a beautiful parrot green sari, which is also known as Kili Pachai, which takes on the vibrant color of the parrot. In fact, the predominating deity of Srivilliputtur, Andal, or the Madurai Meenakshi Amman or Kanchi Kamakshi Amman, they are all represented with holding parrot in their hands. And there are other colors such as Alli Pachai, which is the symphony of white and green of the water lilies in the pond. Then we have bottle green color, which takes over the color of the bottle. Then we have Ponvandal, which is the color of the golden beetle. We have emerald green or Maragada Pacha, which is one of the colors of the Navaratnam. Then we have Ilai Pachai. Then we have the Pasi Pacha, the algae green color, and Mandulir, which is a brilliant short color of the tender mango leaves. There is another beautiful shade of green known as Meenakshi Pacha, which is the body color of Meenakshi Amman of the Meenakshi Sundareshwari temple, which is a very, very brilliant and vivid shade of green. And recently when we visited Kanchipuram to meet one of our weavers, he took us to this beautiful twin temples in Kanchipuram called the Pavalavanna Perumal and the Pachaivanna Perumal, who the deities take over the hue of the emerald green and the coral color. So Kanchipuram is all about, colors and the motifs that very closely relates with the temples and the deities. It's absolutely fascinating. What is unique to Kanchivaram saris is its Korvai technique, where the body and the borders are woven separately and then they are joined together with a complex interlocking mechanism called Korvai. And in Tamil, we call it as Korthu Vaangurathu. Korvai can be easily distinguished from a very simple type of weaving. That is the portion where the border meets the body is slightly rough, and if observed closely, the meticulously woven attachment can be discerned. And so too, the portion where the pallu meets the body of the sari in a process called petni. Owing to various factors, including the fact that it takes two people to generally weave a Korvai sari, the Korvai weaving is slowly fading away. Whether we like it or not, Powerloom has come to stay. Today, machine-made sari can look exactly like an hand-woven sari, externally, but in a hand-woven sari, the weaver's creativity and soul is part of the sari and can never come close to a machine-made sari. In fact, how we all have inherited some of our mothers and grandmothers' saris, we also want to be able to pass down our saris to the future generations. If we all turn to Powerloom, the rich legacy and heritage of our handloom industry will be lost. So the onus is on us to collectively support the weaving community by buying and wearing more handloom. It is a very sad state of affairs when we hear that children of next generation of the weaver families do not resort to continuing the family tradition of weaving, but rather move to cities to find other jobs because they don't get paid enough to maintain their family. This is a very big responsibility. If we want to promote these sacred weaves and traditional arts, we all should collectively come together and support our weaving community and handloom industry at large by trying to buy more and more handloom. Thank you so much. Namaskar. Most of us are in lockdown and this Margazhi has been very different. But thanks to the Spirit of Margazhi Utsav team, they have really transported all of us to a spiritual realm through their various offerings. and I'm sure all of you have experienced the real sense of Margazhi sitting right at your home. Let's make this a little bit more interesting. Bring your treasured Kanjivarams from your wardrobe. Believe me, this is the right season to air them out. Bring it on, drape it, and take a small video of you in your Kanjivaram and say this hashtag for us, Kana Kandain with Kanji, and post it in your social media, Facebook or Instagram, and tag us, these two handles, Krishangi and Spirit of Margazhi. Between today and January 10th, we will be doing a lucky draw and the winner will receive a beautiful hand-woven Kanjivaram sari from Krishangi store. You could also make it a little bit more interesting by sharing your best memories of Margazhi. Not mandatory, but we would love to hear your memories. Again, do not forget to tag Krishangi and Spirit of Margazhi Utsav, and please tag your post and also say this when you're recording your video. The hashtag is Kana Kandain with Kanchi. Thank you so much.
Kolam, the art of connecting the dots. The human heart beats because it needs to carry this molecule called hemoglobin. At the heart of this hemoglobin is iron, which never existed before. The universe started with no iron at all until one time when giant superstars called supernovas came together, collided, and repeated the cyclic pattern that iron was created, and this is now running through our veins. Therefore, we are all connected by some unknown stars joining together. Isn't this wonderful to imagine? Like some unknown matter so many millions of years ago did something that our hearts beat today. But what must it be like to be those givers? Like those stars which came together for a cause? Well, we, the Spirit of Margazhi team, has already visualized this in Cholala. Under the aegis of His Holiness Maharanyam Shri Shri Muralidhara Swamiji, there is a home named Shri Premika Varadan Clinic in Maharanyam village near Chennai, which offers holistic quality health care, physically, mentally and emotionally, for the needy in parts of remote southern India spanning across 15 to 20 villages. With more hearts in need of visiting the clinic, the Spirit of Margazhi team presents before you a humble opportunity to come together like those supernova clusters and donate for Shri Premika Varadan Clinic. Click on the link below and you will be taken to WICA Wisconsin Classical Arts, who will channelize your wealth to reach those hearts situated millions of kilometers away, allowing them one more chance to not give up on their lives. In this Margazhi Tingal, please donate to WICA Wisconsin Classical Arts and let us learn to connect the dots of the